All right.
Yo.
Coming to you live from Philly. It's the number one rated Paulie Tony Fusco show.
Yo.
As always, Paulie Fusco here with Tony Fusco. And Tony, huge show
Let's
today.
go.
You know, we're going to tell you why the entire media looks like fools for all the dumb things they said about the Eagles.
Yeah, they're all eating a big pile of crows.
Yeah, exactly. And talking about the lazy media, we're going to say something on this show about the NBA's viewership problem
Absolutely.
that nobody in the whole media has said because they're fools. And also
Exactly.
talking about the media, Tony, we're bringing on someone today who, you know, people consider one of the most influential members of the media of the 21st century. You know, not nearly as influential as us.
No, of course.
But he's trying. Co-founder of the Young Turks, Cenk Uygur. And don't worry. We're going to make sure he says nothing political on this show.
Yeah, if he tries that, we're going to say, no, thank you.
Yeah. And before we move on, you know, last week we told you the show got nominated somehow once again for Best Comedy in the Sports Podcast Awards, even though this show's not a comedy. You know what I realized, Tony?
What's that?
It's because of the end of the show. People like when we make fun of our loser producer. They love that.
You know what? That's got to be it.
Yeah, exactly.
No, it's because you're idiots and this show's a joke.
Oh, it's a joke. Oh, well, after the show, I'm going to wrap my hands around your neck and joke you.
Yeah, you know what else should be nominated for Best Comedy? Your penis.
Oh, yeah. Now shut up.
Yeah,
anyway,
be quiet.
Click
Shut
the
your
link
mouth.
in the description if you want to vote.
Yeah.
Anyway, enough of that. Let's just get right into our top story.
Top story.
All right, first out the gate, obviously, the Eagles beat the Steelers, extend their win streak to 10-0. You know, after these dumb idiots in the media were concerned.
Please.
Yeah, because there were rumors flying about, you know, they had some former teammates and some deli counter workers saying that Jalen Hurts had gotten himself into an entanglement, you know, with someone close to
entanglement,
AJ Brown.
whatever that is. Yeah.
Well, we told you it would be no problem at all, probably a good
Course.
thing. And well, after the game, as he rightly should have done, AJ Brown came out and said all the critics of the team can now permanently shut up because there's clearly nothing wrong going on behind the scenes there, you know?
Exactly. Nothing to worry about.
But despite them having a great passing game, there's still some idiots out there saying there could be problems between AJ and Jalen.
So stupid.
People, they came out and said there's nothing wrong. That's all you need to know, right, Tony?
100%. You know, so many people in the media don't understand how journalism works.
Yep.
If you want to know if something's wrong, just go ask the person if something's wrong.
Yep.
Both Jalen and AJ clearly said nothing's wrong. So that's it. End of story.
End of story.
You know, I was trying to explain the same thing to my girlfriend. The other night, she called me all upset and angry because she said her sister saw me in a van making out with two other women. And she said, "Was that you?" And I said, "No, there's nothing to worry about." And she said, "I don't believe you." And I said, "You see? This is the problem with the modern medias. Just a sad state of affairs."
You said nothing to worry about.
Nothing to
And there
worry
you go.
about.
Anyway. All right. You know, more problems caused by the negative dirt-digging media, Tony. A lot of
Yeah,
these
of
media
course.
heads saying the Eagles season won't mean anything unless they win a title. What? What are these morons
talking
mean?
about?
They've already won several titles, haven't they, Tony?
The Eagles have won at least 6 titles by my count. They beat the Steelers, so they won the Pennsylvania State Championship. They beat the Bengals and the Browns, so they won the Ohio State Championship. They've beaten every team in the NFC East, so they basically won the NFC East Division Championship. And they've beaten all the teams in the AFC North, so they also won the AFC North Division Championship. And they also went down to Brazil and won there, giving them the Brazil National Championship. And don't forget, they also beat both the Jaguars and the Panthers, giving them the 1995 NFL Expansion Team Championship. You know, frankly, after this, winning the Super Bowl will just be a footnote.
Just amazing championship analysis and perspective there, Tony. And well, now let's move to the quarterback controversy brewing in Kansas City. Patrick Mahomes, now questionable to play after suffering a high ankle sprain in that win against the Browns. Now, people are saying this could be a problem for the Chiefs, but Tony, Chiefs fans should want Mahomes to be benched. Just look at the stats, right, Tony?
Of course. While Mahomes has a mediocre completion percentage of 67%, the Chiefs' backup QB, Carson Wentz, has a 100% completion percentage this season.
Wow.
That's the highest number among any passer in the NFL with a minimum of one attempt. Now, you may say, well, he's only thrown 2 passes, but whose fault is that?
Yep.
That's Andy Reid's fault for not playing him more. Clearly, Carson Wentz is the better option here.
Terrific analysis, Tony. You know, when I go through these stats, I can't believe there are so many QBs out there with 100% completion percentage who are just wasting away on the bench.
Yep.
I mean, why are the Bucs starting Baker Mayfield when Kyle Trask hasn't missed a single attempt all year? Perfect 100%.
Beats me. And what about wide receivers? Justin Jefferson and Amon-Ra St. Brown both have 100% completion percentages. If I'm Sam Darnold or Jared Goff, I'd be very worried about my job security right now.
You have to, Tony. You have to.
to.
Anyway, moving to basketball, you know, NBA ratings are down 28%. And a lot of people are saying this is because of the liberal politics that have totally poisoned that sport. But, Tony, then I can't believe nobody is saying this. The obvious solution is that the NBA needs to do more to win back conservative viewers, shouldn't they, Tony?
Of course. Like, here's a simple idea. Instead of having a basketball shooting contest, why not have an actual shooting contest? You release a bunch of ducks into the arena and see who kills the most. My money would be on John Morant.
Mine too, Tony, And,
of course.
You know what? I just thought about this one. How about this? What if the first half is a basketball game, but then you make the second half a football game? That way, you play right there on the court.
The conservatives would be rushing back in groves.
See, it's just such an easy solution, that, Tony. And
totally.
Here's another basketball topic kind of to get to. There's this uproar over Caitlin Clark being named Times Athlete of the Year. Now she's being forced to apologize and acknowledge all the athletes who came before her, and who built the WNBA into what it is today. And, Tony, I got to agree that is what had to happen, didn't it?
Absolutely. The WNBA was built on so many great household names. Names like Angel Reese and Reggie Miller's sister. And then Lisa, what's her name? The tall one.
Sparks.
Yeah, Lisa Sparks. And, the other one with the 3 names. She scored.
Megan Rapinoe.
No, that's soccer. Hengis. No.
Wait, you said 3 names.
Yeah, 3 names.
Billie Jean. No, wait, that's tennis too.
Yeah, but the fact is there's so many.
There are so many.
Exactly. We could keep listing all of them.
We do have to get in a word. Our merch store, if you forgot to get gifts for Christmas, well, our merch store is there to save you. None of the products will get there by Christmas if you order right now.
Who cares?
Exactly. When your family sees what you got,
they're going to go nuts.
It'll totally make up for everything.
Yeah, there's 12 days of Christmas. So, based off of that song,
you still got time.
You got
time. All right. Anyway,
exactly.
Our guest, he's coming on the line. So let's go ahead and bring him on the Fusco Satellite Network.
Fusco Satellite Network.
Okay, as you know, this is a sports show. So we don't normally have, news media people on this show. But this guy, he says he knows football. And, we do have some journalism subjects to discuss.
Yeah, we do.
Anyway, about him, people do say he's, one of the most influential people in modern media. Just like us.
Of course.
He's the co-creator of the Young Turks network, which is has about 13 to 14 million subscribers.
Okay.
Give or take, around what we got.
Yeah.
Admittedly, we've never seen a single show on his network because it's all liberal propaganda. But apparently, look, he's a football fan, so maybe we can cross the aisle. Anyway, Cenk Uygur, welcome to the show.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. And it's 27 million subscribers, but God bless.
Okay, still a little less.
Still close, but still close. In our ballpark there. All right, now look, just up top, a few ground rules, Cenk.
Yeah.
This is a sports show, so if you try to get political at any point, unfortunately, I'm going to now need to sound this alarm, okay? at that point, we will ask you to kindly reroute your answer to something our audience actually wants to hear, okay?
All right, fair.
Okay.
Okay, I could sense a little pushback there.
Yep,
He's not
I
happy.
already
Well,
feel
let's see
it.
how it
Let's
goes.
just see how this goes.
Okay, all right. First of all, talking about our differences, our booker told us you grew up in New Jersey, but you're a Steelers fan. So I guess our first question is, well, what the fuck is that about?
So I came to the country in 1978, and they tell me there's going to be this big football game, and they call it the Super Bowl. And there's two teams that are playing in it: Pittsburgh Steelers and the Dallas Cowboys. And they said so that's going to be. I came at the end of '78. That's in the beginning of '79.
I will say between the two, you made the right choice.
You made the right choice.
Two.
We will say that, but please continue.
Okay, continue.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they say, okay, you're a kid who likes sports. Which one are you going to pick? I'm like, all right. I look at the Cowboys, a bunch of pretty boys with a star on their heads.
Oh, there you go.
Okay, then I look at the Steelers, and they're missing teeth, and they're literally named mean. And they hit the bejesus out of people.
Yep.
And I'm like, and they're blue collar. I'm like, those are my guys. So I became a Steelers fan. And then if you remember, that Super Bowl was 35-31, one of the best games ever played. And the Steelers win at the end, and I've been a Steelers fan ever since.
But haven't you, recently questioned, whether you're on the right side of the aisle in many ways? Maybe, the Eagles are on the right side of the state.
Pittsburgh, Philly.
Yeah, no, I'm not interested. So, and I think that I know that Philly just won and it over Pittsburgh, and I'm shocked by that, and I can't believe it. But I think we're going to go further in the playoffs.
I thought you said you knew football. Oh, what is
further
this
in the
guy?
playoffs?
Yeah.
What, like the fantasy playoffs? What are you talking? What playoffs? What's
Look,
this
guys,
guy?
you guys have nothing but dissension inside your own team.
Oh, you kidding me?
Spoken like a true media member.
Yeah,
Hold on.
doesn't know.
Hold on just a moment.
Yeah.
Jalen came out and said there's nothing wrong. AJ comes out and says there's nothing wrong. But it's you media people who say there's nothing wrong. Doesn't journalism, you just go ask the person if something's wrong, and if they say no, you shut up?
Yeah.
Yeah. Whereas in the Steelers camp, iron sharpens iron. So, people have trouble getting along with Russell Wilson on other teams. He comes to the Steelers. All of a sudden, he's a great team player, kicking ass for us because Mike Tomlin is an amazing coach. And so he's got those guys
More
revved
propaganda here. Okay,
and,
keep going.
And the best defense there is out there. We're going to crush some people in the playoffs. I wish you guys could make it to the Super Bowl so we could beat you there, but you're probably not going to make it.
Oh, you're not going to make it 2 more minutes in this segment.
More media propaganda right here. He can't help it.
Why does the media like you have to tear people down? First it's Roseanne, and now it's the Eagles. Explain this.
So, I agree that Roseanne Barr and the Eagles are a good analogy. A little,
number one,
touched.
bro.
Number one, the best in what they do. Yeah,
they're both a little touched. I wouldn't go in that direction. A little hostile, but not in the football way, but towards each other. So no, look, listen. There's much more despicable teams out there: the Niners, the Cowboys, etc. But I never like the New York teams are so uninteresting. The Giants and the Jets are so dull, so incredibly dull. And Eagles are all right. The Eagles are just.
You're dodging the question like a media person. Why does the media have to be so negative, making up stories about the Eagles, trying to tear them down? Is it jealousy?
Issues.
Is it your own lack of self-esteem? What is it?
Yeah, so this reminds me of when people used to say that the media was making up stories about Antonio Brown. Until it turned out they weren't making those stories up. He really was crazy.
That is true.
And so
that is true. Okay, that's fair.
So look, I don't know how much AJ Brown and Jalen Hurts are beefing and how how
none.
Much. Yeah, I hear you. Look, it's hard to argue with what are they now? 11-2, 12-2. So
doesn't know the record. 12-2.
And by the way, the Steelers are killing it in the AFC. I think the AFC is. I think all those teams are beatable. I think the Steelers. I know I'm a homer, and it affects my view a little bit. But guys, I called the Steelers in the beginning of the year. And
hold on. That led to what you just said. It led to a question. Okay, so the Eagles have beaten this year the Steelers, the Ravens, the Bengals, and the Browns. Doesn't that make them AFC North champions based on that?
No, it's not really how it works, but I hear you, brother.
By you, in your bias. Right, bias media talking. Okay.
I'm pretty sure that in order to be the AFC North champions, you'd have to be in the AFC North. But I hear your point.
Misinformation.
And look, what I'll tell you is that I believe in facts, and the Young Turks were known for our honesty. And the Eagles have won all those games. Bless their hearts. I'm not going to take away anything from a team that's rolling, that's beating all these guys. And by the way, here I'm. Our trademark's honesty. So in the beginning of the year, I believed in the Steelers and I was right about it, but I didn't believe in the Eagles, and it looks like I was wrong about it. That is a hell of a record for a team.
So how's your trademark honesty? Wouldn't your trademark there be dumb idiocy?
Yeah. I mean, trademark, we're wrong.
No, I was right about the Steelers. By the way,
more like a trade stain.
Another team I called at the beginning of the year that no one believed in was the Vikings. And the Vikings are killing it because they both have great defenses, and people underestimate the Vikings.
Unfortunately, I don't watch any of your content, so I can neither confirm
we don't know if he making
and I don't know any.
But I can show you my sportsbook account.
Okay.
Oh, okay. We'll get back to that.
Get back to that. Okay, hold on.
Yeah.
All right. Look, we're gonna bring up some subjects now. Again, we want to caution you again. Just keep politics out of it. Some news subjects. There have been drones spotted above New Jersey. Cenk, very concerning. Now, people say this could be a foreign country spying us, maybe aliens. Don't you think it could just be Bill Belichick spying on the Rutgers football team?
Well, maybe. I mean, that brother would do it. Don't think he wouldn't. Okay,
exactly.
But if you're bothering to spy in on the Rutgers, you should have bigger fish to fry. Let's just put it that way. Okay?
No, he doesn't know.
Rutgers, very formidable team. That's Big Ten. Big Ten.
Yeah. Look, I grew up next to Rutgers, 5 minutes from my house. And much love to Rutgers, and I hope they kill it. And I got a lot of family who went to Rutgers, but again, Belichick might have bigger fish to fry, and he's certainly not looking at the Jets or the Giants because Rutgers might be able to beat either one of those teams.
Good point. Okay, he made
That's a fair point. He brought it back there, Paulie. He brought it back. Okay.
All right, hey, again, let's try different sports here with you. Maybe baseball. Okay, people are saying Juan Soto's 15-year, $765 million contract is ridiculous and a lot of money. But Cenk, you follow the news. Inflation. You know what's going on. I mean, you can't live on $50 million a year in Manhattan.
No.
Don't you agree? That's perfectly fine.
But listen, capitalism, baby. He's going to take whatever's the biggest offer, and I get it. And I grew up a Yankees fan, so I hate the Mets and et cetera. But
hold on. We have to sound the. You mentioned that you like the Yankees alarm.
Yep, that gets an alarm right there. That gets an alarm.
We'll go
Steelers and Yankees gets an alarm.
Okay, sorry. Yep. Keep going.
Go ahead.
Wait till you find out I like the Lakers.
Cenk.
This is horrible. Keep certain things to yourself, bro.
All right, but now look, baseball. I stopped following it a while back. I mean, I still root for the Yankees. I rooted for them in the World Series, especially because I live out in LA now. I couldn't stand the Dodgers fans, but look, the Yankees and the Mets are buying everyone, and the Dodgers. So they got to fix the sport. I mean, they got to have better parity than this. So look at football, man. With the salary cap being what it is, you got some real parity teams that keep coming up. Well, I mean, the Steelers are geniuses. They just keep fighting people.
What is going on?
Nickel and a dime.
All right. This is a liberal propaganda at work. You just
more liberal propaganda as usual.
Listen to this guy. Okay, look.
Yep.
The NBA ratings, they're down 28% this season.
Yeah, they are.
Don't you think the NBA should do more to win back conservative viewers? Like, instead of holding, shooting competitions like with the basketball, why not have actual shooting competitions?
Yeah.
Boom, boom, boom. Yeah. Wouldn't that get the conservatives?
It might, but it might lead to a couple of accidental deaths. I'm not sure.
Sorry, there's the alarm. Sorry,
there's the alarm again.
That
Cenk,
was your
wet blanket, Cenk.
Exactly.
I don't think the NBA players have a good track record with guns. If you've been following,
but John Morant, that's a way to turn the narrative for him. Like, hey, he won the shooting contest.
He has won a couple of shooting contests. That's true.
Yeah,
he has.
See,
conservatives love that.
Yeah. You generally want to keep everyone in the stadium alive. Generally.
Oh, and there's the alarm. Sorry,
Just please,
it's getting a little, political here. So
That's all
let's
he can
try
do.
and find
Okay.
some common ground, okay? Don't you think it's time that you understand you made a mistake when you came to this country and picked the
Yep.
Steelers? It was just a little too forward. So again, we want to remind you, look at the
Yeah.
Pennsylvania map. Pittsburgh's on the left, Philly's on the right. Why
Yep.
don't you come to the right side?
Come to the right side. In the spirit of healing America, Cenk, will you now disavow the Steelers and fully endorse the Eagles?
That is the very last thing on earth I would do.
Oh, good. Because guess what?
Guess
it's
what,
also the
Cenk?
very last
Guess
thing you're
what?
doing on the
That's
show.
the very last thing
'Cause
you're
guess
doing
what,
on this
Cenk?
show.
You're
'Cause
off
guess
the
what,
show.
Cenk?
Get
You're
out
off
of
the
here.
show.
Taking you all out of here.
No, Cenk.
Go to the gutter. How about
You're
that?
done.
Fusco Satellite Network.
Is he off the line?
Jay, hang up the phone.
Never again are we having a news media person. Terrible
Never.
choice.
It was all lies.
All lies.
All of it.
Anyway, let's not let him ruin, which was a terrific
No.
show. And if you want no lie, here's no lie. You go to our merch store right now.
Yeah.
You're gonna,
Wait.
Oh, you kidding me?
talk about someone I'd like to see lying on the ocean floor.
You're lying in the grave. Producer
What?
Jay. What?
Corrections.
What? Go.
What?
You've referenced completion percentage stats, but you set the minimum at one attempt.
So?
Yeah, what's wrong with that, bro?
Everything. You have to set a higher minimum to get a more accurate sample of data. That's just basic statistics.
Oh, yeah, well, you know who has a 100% completion percentage? The hitman I hired to murder you.
Yeah, here's a statistic. You have a 100% chance of dying a virgin.
Oh! Great one, Tony.
Wait.
What?
You said the female soccer player was Megan Rapinoe?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, that's a name, bro.
Yeah.
No, her name is Megan Rapinoe. She's only one of the greatest soccer stars of her generation, so you should probably know that.
Oh, yeah, well, I'm going to wrap, your mouth in duct tape and drown you.
Yeah. Also, Rapino kind of sounds like what's in your pants. Tiny Pino. Oh, you're done. He said
usually at this time we tell you Nick Foles will be booked for next week, but we're going to let him have the holiday with his family.
Great call.
He agreed he's coming on in the new year, so we're starting
Wow.
out 2025 right there, Tony.
Yeah.
And hey, don't forget, visit the merch store. Get
Buy
that
all the merch.
Get it
Yup.
sometime,
Rate
after
and
Christmas.
review.
Rate and review the show on Apple
Yup.
Podcasts. And Tony, great job as always.
Same to you, Paulie. Another flawless show.
There you go. We'll see you people next week.
See ya.